Assalamu alaikum everyone, and BONK is now getting rejected again, and from yesterday's update we've seen that there was this resistance here and the resistance is playing out pretty well. So one touch here, rejection, another touch, rejection, another touch right there with the rejection, and then again you actually have been rejected a couple of times over here as well. Now basically what you're going to see in the next coming few days, maybe today, tomorrow, is going to be a move down again to maybe 1223 here, and you can actually touch it right over there and maybe even move lower if you're not going to pass the retest, of course. Now in a nutshell, again, I'm still repeating this over and over in so many videos that at the end of the day it's still a channel and you're in the middle of the channel and you can take any direction. So when you're in the middle of the channel, just don't trade things because you will not understand what can happen. Whenever a coin is in the middle of the channel, you have basically you have all the possibilities in the world to be manipulated. Now for example, when you have for example, this was the support line, right, and that was the resistance over here. Now as soon as you went down and you were in the middle, look what was happening. Let me actually zoom in and show you manipulation in real time. So this is the middle of the channel, okay? Look how random move ever since 13 June all the way to 20 of June for 7 days straight, okay? 7 days straight. And when I always say go fishing, this is why I say it's a wisdom. Their art as a trader, this is an important, crucial thing to understand, that you have to learn when not to trade. That is one of the biggest piece of puzzle that you can join. And I think I'm going to make a separate podcast about it. And by the way, speaking of podcast, I've made one video regarding altcoin, if altcoin season is going to happen or not. You might want to check that in the channel as well. I think it's something that you guys have been thinking about. Even I've been thinking about it but there's something there is an explanation as when it can happen, of course. I've given a reference to when market tops are going to happen. But back into BONK, I just want to make this comment that you see, from 13 June all the way to 21 of June, you came up, you don't even understand what this pattern is, you came down, you don't know what's going on, you go up again, and then in the middle you're just dropping down, you go up, you go down. It's just so random, but it is because you are in the middle of the channel, right? You are just right somewhere in the middle. You do not really get to know, okay, which direction a coin is going to actually take, and it is just way too choppy. And we call this a consolidating market, a sideways market. And the consolidating market was just created to create self-doubt in traders. It was created to make people lose money. Now look, if you are just smart enough, and as I said so many times, this is your trade because you know what's going on. That's a solid support. That is your trade because that is a solid support. This is your trade because that is a solid support. That was your trade, it's a solid support, right? So this up here is your trade, that's a solid resistance. This is your solid trade, that's a solid resistance. Now let's say BONK comes up here again to 1554. It decides to just randomly bounce off here and just go all the way back up, right? Because it's in the middle now. It's in the middle, and you can take any direction you want. For example, you can see it was dropping here and then it actually bounced up again and then it dropped again. It can do the very same thing. It can do something where it goes down, you think everything's okay, and then it goes back up and then it drops down, and then it can actually do and something like that and then go back up. And you are going to get confused, frustrated. You're going to think you don't know how to trade. You're going to think a lot of things, especially when you just tone down and you go into 3 minutes time frame and 1 minute time frame, and then you think about it over and over again. Oh yes, I have a setup, this is going good, and this and that. You're scalping, you think you know you're scalping, but trust me, you're just gonna get burned and frustrated and even worse, exhausted from trading these coins. So all I'm saying is there is a lot of importance in patience, man. Just have a little bit of patience. Just wait for your plan, okay, for your plan to work out. Sit back, let it come to your feet, man. Let it come and kiss your feet. Because if you just sit back and wait it to come down, you have an advantage. If you just sit back and wait it to just come up to that resistance, you have an advantage. Leave this rubbish in the middle. Why do you have to force anything? Why do you have to just take trades when they're just not good for you to take? And that's all for the video. We're still open up for private Q3. Today's 26, so just very soon it's going to close the entries. And that's all for the video. I'm going to see you in the next one. Love. Peace.